Right, good evening all. Welcome back to yet again another stream. Back on Train Sim. Mason, good evening, how you doing? We're back on Train Sim doing a DMU. Well, 158. We are joined tonight by good old Max. Every single time your mic just decides no. Your mic decides to just say absolutely not to you. Anyhow. Let's jump into the game. It's 9:25. Welcome to Exeter Central. We are currently sat here at Exeter Central. I've done most of the setup already. We just need to key in, neutral, GSMR and all that. Yes, welcome to Exeter Central. You can see by the destination board where we're going. Paynton. So put the key in, neutral. So it was really quiet for me. Probably because I've cranked the volume down. Yeah, anyhow. Let's get the GSMR set up. Is there a good 5 AM service towards Paynton? Well, 5 AM or near enough. I'm hoping near enough. If I can't find anything from Central, I'll get some from David's. Right, we're looking at Davidson. Yes, but I mean we're about 10 minutes late. 2 Tango 01. But we're starting early. We're starting from a different place. We're starting from Central, not David's. So, Echo 1-2 starting signal. Oh, 3-1-2. Right, GSMR is set. TRA can stay on a second. Yep, because we're in the wrong platform. Thank you. There we are. How to get what, Mason? The TRA can come off. Break step 1, let's do the doors. Trains from Armstrong Powerhouse, and the route is Birkenhance from ETS. But there's a lot of requirements. There's a fair warning. Like, a lot. Right, is the game actually loud enough? Because it's very quiet for me. It just seems quiet on OBS. So for a triple set of straight 6 engines. Good old N96. That like power down on the turbo. Very nice. Viper, you won't need that tonight. New yard, not interested in new yard. So now on the 1 in 37 bank into David's. So I trust you've done that 1 in 34 before. The 1 in 37 and up to Central. Echo 335 to clear us into one. First group company. If you look at all GWR trains now, there's something missing. A first group company. This isn't here anymore. If you look at any GWR train, it's not there. Because the takeover has started. So that little, 3-word bit of text there, it's gone. Yes, as you can see over by the depot, that one platform 6. Pair of 57s. This is sort of in note to when 605 Thotnes Castle had its major failure back in February. Completely blew up at Taunton. Just completely failed. So what ended up happening was 601 was in the area. So GWR rung up and was like, can we nab 601? So yeah, 601. It's in the area. So -6, are we able to borrow it and take the sleeper on a bit onwards, or a bit further onwards? Yes, that was granted. And it was brought out of Fairwater, dropped onto the front of 605, and dragged it to Exeter. The sleeper then stayed here for about another 7 hours. 601 returned back to Fairwater. And then 603 was brought off Reading. Then coupled on 605 and dragged it to Max, you and I, won't you? You saw it.
Yeah, went back to, well, I don't know if it was Long Rock or Lara.
I'm not sure. But you saw it though, didn't you?
Yeah.
You saw that, Ron. I couldn't because it's in good old education. A bit fortunate. Would have been a nice run. And yeah, 605 is still not back in service because after the failure, it was just slap it straight onto a G exam because 604 was nearly done at that point. So it was a case of, at this point, it's a full rebuild anyway. Just put on a G exam and be done with it. So they did. And that's where it is at the moment, back in there. Oh, and it went to Long Rock. So remember, yeah, it went to Long Rock because it then did a drag with 603, which took it up to Long Rock. I remember that now. Right. We'll do the doors again. As we set this end up. Lovely. I'm not ready to leave yet. Come on. Come on, GSMR. Thank you. Two 60. Alright, window open. Did shut at this end. Right. Let's pop doors open again. pop the doors back open again. We're ready to leave as soon as we get the two from the guard. Put the shot in. There we go. So probably in a 158 again. Anyhow, let's get a screenshot with 601 and 605 in the background. But yeah, 601 I found out has a different engine from the Dash 3s and Dash 6s. It actually has the same engine as the Dash 0s, which I thought was weird because obviously 601, same subclass as 605, obviously, and the Dash 6s have the same engines as the Dash 3s. So obviously it would make sense for 601 to also have the same engine. But no, I believe it's the... Let me Google it. It's got a different engine. Oh, it's, hang on. What does it say? Oh, that's interesting. During April 2003, 5761 was sold to West Coast, but remained in traffic with FGW for a few more months. Interesting, so that was actually a Western loco at some point. But does it say anything about 601? Yeah, apparently the go-ahead for Brush ETS 57. So I believe it was an electric train supply test. So, yeah. Hang on. Virgin confirms, obviously this is back in 2002, 1257 sixes for rescue work. But there aren't 12 of them. There are 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's interesting. And 312 is updated to be a GWR1 now. In some ways, GWR have 5 57s in the arsenal. 3 are operational, which is well, if they're all running, that's the minimum the sleeper can run with. Because you need 1 to do the up, 1 to do the down, and then 1 to do what do we call it? You need 1 to be the pilot. So by that is 1 to draw. The job of the pilot is to draw 5 Charlie 50 from Reading to the depot. No, from the depot in Reading to Paddington, and then it will be shut off, and then it comes off at Reading, and then it will go into the depot, then come back to drop onto the back of 1 Alpha 50, so it can then drag the set from Paddington back to Reading. So you need 3. Half the time we don't have 3. We have 2. I say GWR have 3. No, we have 4. I forgot 601's not. Oh, so 604's not in a G exam anymore. It was in a G exam for like a year and a half, okay? It's hard to remember that that's not still the case at 605. Elliot, good evening, how you doing? But yeah, it's weird to think that 604's not in a G exam. Because yeah, it entered, what was that? November 2023? It didn't return till earlier this year. Stupid. And you look at 605, that entered in February. You'd think it'd be back towards the end of the year. I wouldn't hold out hope. 604 was meant to be a 5-month job, and it turned into 18 months. Well, you know, nearly 4 times as long as it was meant to. Oh, I should have stopped at Thomas, shouldn't I? We'll stop at Marshbarton. People can get out and walk. You know, it's not too far, it's only a mile. But even so, you can just get out and walk from David's. You know, it's not that far. Oh yeah, definitely Elliot, yeah. I've seen a few results from mates, and yeah, for most people it went quite well all round. Very good. So it's sort of 26 degrees. Lovely temperature, yeah. What is it at the moment? Oh, 16 here. Expect 2 rainy days ahead starting Wednesday. It's Friday. Thanks for the advance warning. Yeah, 26. Not a bad temperature. It's when it hits 30 I don't like. I need to remember how to drive one of these things. With the 158. It's no different from a 150. But it's tread brakes, so initially at a higher speed your braking's going to be awful. But then when you get to a lower speed your brakes bite a bit more. And they suddenly become the best things in the world. At high speed they're butter. I love a 158 though. Better than those turbos. I'm gonna get in some sort of trouble for that. I'm gonna get in some sort of trouble for saying, yeah, those turbos are not amazing. Hello 2 car marker, hello 3 car. Will I make the 3 car? Nearly. We'll go for the 4 then. We'll go for the middle. 3.5 car. So welcome to Marshbarton. Excuse me, mate. I'm trying to take photos here. Right, 196 mile post. 196 from Pad. Good thing we're not heading up to Paddington then, isn't it? So we could be here all night. PA, I don't need that. That brakes off. And suddenly it's quite a fast acceleration. Brilliant. Bob and BR, good evening, how you doing? No, turns out 2 Tango 1 stops at St Thomas but doesn't stop at Marsh Barton. Oh well, we skip Marsh Barton. We accidentally skipped St Thomas, so yeah, we stopped at Marsh Barton instead. Yeah, no, right. Yeah. They're doing alright, Jez. Yeah. Saw the NMT earlier. Not amazing. Especially since 1 Zulu 18 ran like about 40 minutes late. Oh well. I do, yes, Bob and BR, yeah. Went to SDR yesterday. Love a good bit of Heritage Railway. They're very nice. They don't often do TS videos anymore. I've made an attempt at filming a few. Like a late night test run. What was the other one? I tried doing another one, I think. It all just fell through. So in the day, I'd rather stream. Rather stream than make videos. Just personally. No. I'd rather stream train sim than make TS videos. It's still, you know, somewhat like making videos. Actual trains. I've just missed a whistle board. Just missed a whistle board. God, my brain cannot speak English tonight. It's been a long day, and it's still 16 degrees. Yes, missed the whistle board. What route we're on? We're on Birkenhants tonight. Only in Devon though tonight. Doing Central to Paynton. How are you, Mason? Nice. Ever been to Gloucestershire and Warwickshire? One of our mates has, and apparently it's quite good. I've never personally. Yeah, we are in a 158 tonight. 158 950. Which has been knocking around these parts for a little while. It's weird because most of the 158s are meant to go to St Philip's Marsh now, not Exeter. It turns out we're still keeping these knocking around. You see more of 158s and 150s now. Which is interesting. Yeah, it's a shame. You know, I like a 158 of course, but I like 150s. I hate turbos. And unfortunately turbos are what you see the most of now. Down here is awful. Awful trains. Air conditioning never works. To be fair, it doesn't in the 158. 150s don't have it. They're just turbos. They're awfully loud. Like, you can never, like, can't hear yourself think at all. Whereas in a 158 150, you can slightly. Yeah, but in fact, where is that church? What's here? Where's that gone? I know there's one down here. There's one. And then up here somewhere is Powerdham Castle. Thing is, this bit along here is the best for views. You know, I'd argue it's better than Dawlish because you don't have all the people like in your way. Because obviously Dawlish is extremely popular. Whereas Starcross, it's lesser known. Oh, do you mean that, Robin? It's over here somewhere. This is my local line. I don't even. It's my local line, and I don't even know anything on Ironside. Or later on, Bobman. Should let me save the timestamp. So if we've been live for 31, it'll be about 29 minutes. I'll have a look later on. Yeah, over to Flock Level Crossing. Apparently, yeah, down here it's quite busy for shots. As right there, 100 mile per hour. The only place you'll get 100 mile per hour east of, like, west of Exeter. It's the only place, and it's not very long. It's about 3 miles. Other than that, it's like 80, 90. Not a lot. Nope. Nearly 15 below. More power. We are stopping at Starcross. Yeah, down here at this crossing, there's another good shot. It's not bad, obviously, from a position of safety behind the barriers. So obviously from like back here, position of safety. Yeah, the only problem is, if you have a connection at Star Cross, it can be quite tight. I'm just going to idle now. 67 here. And I'll dab in a bit for step 1. Yeah, Star Cross, another very good station. You have whistle boards on either side. So if you want tones, it's a very, very good place. And not to mention, 75 mph running line. It's quite good for like fast trains and that. I'm just very careful not to overshoot, because I've done that before here. Completely overshot the platform. There it is. I can see my marker. Perfect. Perfectly on the marker. This thing powers up very quickly. It powers up very, very quickly, this does. Yeah, next stop, Dawlish Warren. And then Dawlish. OBS, you've done it again. Dropped like 1,000 frames and it's gone back to... Drop frames? Don't know what you're on about. Okay. It's dropped all the quality. Right. Only noticed because YouTube said it had no data. What is up with OBS some nights? Some nights most nights it's fine. And then some it's like, no, tonight's not the night. Let's just drop frames every 5 minutes because that's funny. We're 37 minutes in. can we just make it 2 hours? All I'm asking. It's 2 hours so we can stay at that new limit. I sort of set for myself. Why is that not flashing? I'm going into Warren. Like, I'm expecting flashes. Like flashing double yellows. Flashing single yellow. And then that one stays solid. We have the feather though, which sends us into platform 1. Right, is YouTube just being pedantic? It's saying, yeah, no data. OBS isn't dropping. Alright. Anyhow, we snake into the loop here. I'll have the road out. Step 2. Not a very long platform there. Down to the S. Round about there. That'll do. And in the wise words of PTG Rail, you should now be stopped in just about the right place. A little bit much on the old throttle on the way out. I should have really held notch 5. That's usually what they do. Got the network rail response unit here. And the Mark 1s, which people can stay in. I believe these are very, very expensive though. And not cheap. And this bridge. Another very good vantage point. Yeah, the speed we were doing there, I felt much more than 25. I mean, I know we were doing 27, but I wouldn't imagine you usually would notice a difference. But, yeah. One of the biggest bugbearers on this route, Echo 21, is LED. It's been LED for ages. Always just bugs me with this route. That one stays as a halogen. It's not been a halogen for ages. I mean, if you look back on videos, say from the day of FGW Pacers, yeah, we look quite far back there. But this is still an LED. And Max, you might know more than me here. When did Pacers start seeing GWR? I can't remember off the top of my head. Let me have a look. Must have been like 2016 or something. Until they withdraw in 2021. They weren't withdrawn in 21. It was the last day of 2020. Let's have a look. When were they with? No, GWR. It says GWR own them. Oh wow, okay. That's interesting. So out of the Pacers, let me do a little bit of maths here. There's 25 of them. 2 are converted for off-railway use. They scrapped 12, but they maintained 11 into preservation. So for if we're counting the off-railway use as preservation, technically it is 13 sort of made it into preservation. Some more preserved than scrapped. I've got 2017 GWI here. Either way, that remains the point. So let me have a look. There's videos of them, isn't there? 143 GWR. Do any of them cite the new GWR livery? Eight years ago. $2017. Okay. So, still, thought it's meant to be a modern route. That should not be halogen. So looking, pre-2017, that was LED. Obviously Echo 88, it's not Echo 88, it's Echo 188 at Newton. We'll see it in a minute. Well, in a minute I'll say. When we get to Newton. That's still halogen. And that's been LED for quite a while. I'm pretty sure even before I started YouTube, which was 2021. So looking at 2020, that got converted to LED. But I get that's a bit of a different case because there's no version of that LED feather that exists, but that one does still have a little, what would you call these? Like glare deflectors, something. These bits. The signal does still have them, and there are variants of that. Enjoying some But there aren't any of Echo 188, so let that slide. Right, Dawlish, our next station stop in just under a mile. It's not very far between the stations, and it is a very, very nice walk. If anyone's in the area, it is a very, very nice walk today. At the section of the collapsed seawall. This is where it collapsed back in 2014 during storm. Let me do some research. Dawlish seawall. During a storm. Storm damage. Oh wow, okay. So this line has actually been closed twice. September 2006, the storm on the afternoon of 21st of September, there was I presume like a little slide out from the cliffs, but the line reopened 2 days later on the 23rd. Now the 4th of February 2014 is the very key one, and that's where this part gets its history. Because this was a worse storm. This is a way worse storm. Part of the seawall got completely drenched and just completely blasted the entire thing out. It was apparently planned that the railway would be closed for a short amount of time. It doesn't say here how long. How long they planned. But apparently there were further storms. Which then delayed it even more. So they did assess this on the 5th of February. They reassessed it. And so there were more waves as well on the 6th. But this was meant to be more, well, obviously the plan was to get this open ASAP. But the DFT did say that they want to look at the longer term for this section, because obviously this section is battered very, very badly. You know. Do I need to say why? You know, if you look at beach cams during a storm, even though now it's got the new wall, it's not modelled here, but you've got like a curving stone at the top here, which allows the waves to go back in on themselves and not onto the down on the railway. It's all the way along here, but stops here. Then you're back on the normal wall. They've got spiky things on top here as well. It looks like this section's been reinforced as well. But yeah, basically here, the track was literally hanging. It was like that, all the way along. So the track, if you're curious, is still here. So all the way along there. I've just rebuilt on top of it and strengthened it. And that was a 59-day closure, the longest closure this wall's ever had because of damage. The previous longest closure was 12 days because of the damaged wall at Powderham back in 1936. Similarly, Smuggler's Lane Tunnel, damaged wall, another 12 days back in 1855. But the collapse here does still remain the longest closure this wall's had at one time. 59 days. Damaged wall, Riviera Terrace here. And apparently rockfall as well down at Holcombe. Where is that? I should know what that is. I'll just Google it. Dawlish. Oh, that's where it is. Okay. So it's right the other side. It's the other side of the last tunnel. At the end of that tunnel there. Is that it? 1, 2. Yeah. At the very end of that tunnel is Holcombe. So there was a rockfall there, which extended the time that the wall was closed. So that and the collapse here played into the 59 days. As a result of, I think, the 59 the 59-day closure, some people want a inland route. So yeah, the idea was to build a route that would still avoid, well, it would be 6 miles shorter, so it'd be 14 miles. No, not 14 miles. So if I'm looking at Newton, well, 6 miles shorter between Exeter and Plymouth, avoiding the wall section, which is the big thing, and it would also avoid all 3 banks between Newton and Plymouth, being Dainton near Newton, Rattery near Totnes, and Hemerdon, which is near Plymouth. Would avoid those. Obviously, in hindsight, it looks better, but it's been rejected. They're not going to do it now. They'll just focus on getting this section here as safe as possible. I've yabbled on for like 10 minutes now. Sorry about that. Thought I might as well just give a little bit of history about this section. And also, you know, for me to learn a little bit as well. So I didn't realise it was a 59-day closure. Obviously, services then resumed in April. What date was it in April? We'll stop first and I'll have a look. That is not a good idea to drive without due care and attention. You wouldn't do it on the road. Definitely don't do it while driving trains. Trains, good evening. How you doing? No worries, trains. It's fine. So I'll stop at this marker. It's like all trains. It'd really be an S car. It is 9:50 trains, yeah. 1 for 8, 9:50. Shouldn't even be down here. None of the 1 for 8s should be. Alas, they are. Flying. Also trains, there's none out tomorrow. If you're out to see that. The lovely castle class. There should be something else as well. It's Britannic, isn't it? What's that sodding thing? Is it even gone to... Go to Taunton. Has it even gone there today? Has that been pulled off as well? You're having me on. Come on, the only thing we want is to see the Britannic. This is like the 6th week now. Come on, GBRF. Come on. Seriously, all we want is to see the Britannic. Oh my god. That really bugs me. The closest they've got here is doing, what was it, Victoria to Cranmore on East Somerset. The bare minimum that anyone wants in Devon is for it to stick to what it's booked for. Not just decide we're going to skip it week after week after week after week after week. It's been like 6 weeks now. Has Tree Camera updated it? Be cancelled. No. Supposedly he's still in. It is as well. Nope. Next week. Can't wait for it to be cancelled again. Honestly, at this point, I just don't even bother looking at Britannic. There's no point, it's going to get cancelled. I have trains, yeah. I'll be honest. It was going to happen. Bet you it's going to happen with the MNLPS. Bet you that's going to happen. Because West Coast are just so useless. Like, David Smith does not want to put any investment into his locos or his coaching stock at all. You know, his Mark 1s, he don't want to fit CDL to that. In fact, the DFT have already found out he has no plans to do it. So that's why he's not getting another, another exemption. Because he hasn't got plans to fit it. So they've just gone, you fit it, or we'll not grant you another exemption. And he's got no Steam locos left because the Mark IIs are just air brake. Mark 1's a dual, of course. So all of his vacuum brake locos can't run. So that's Scots Guardsman, Bahamas, Sierra Leone, where do I start? Anyway, a lot of his locos are unusable. He won't fit air brakes to them because it ruins their originality. And now let's get to his Mark II, shall we? Pathfinder, who obviously get coaches from West Coast, in December were given coaches that were entirely broken, probably not even allowed on the main line. Hardly to be used by passengers. No electricity, no heating, no lighting. In the middle of December. So Pathfinder just ended up saying, we've cancelled all our tours, we're not being provided with any usable coaches. All that. So obviously there's no attempt to even maintain those Mark IIs. So you can't use Alpha Steam locos, his Mark 1s are useless. Mark 2s aren't good. He's fallen out with companies, left, right and centre. He's fallen out with the A1 Peppercorn, Loco Trust. I'm highly expecting him to fall out with the MN LPS. I'm just honestly waiting for that to happen. You know. Yeah, it's not going to end well. I just know it isn't. It's already turning ugly, if you think about it. So, you know. I just reckon it's not long till it becomes even uglier. West Coast. You know, if I'm just voicing my honest opinion, it's, you know, not long to West Coast getting even more trouble. I can just see it coming. Obviously, I could be wrong. You know, I very well could be. I just can't see West Coast recovering from this. Not to mention they've been banned from the main line like 3 times in 2 years before. And they're well known for dodging safety practices like there's no tomorrow. Just doesn't seem like a very long time, does it? They're very nice trains. Oak Valley. Missing textures. Interesting. Very interesting trains. So Oak Valley just completely broken on you, is it? Route's not got any requirements, is it? Let's have a look. Routes. Oak Valley. That's on discount. Does it require any more additional route add-ons? interesting trains. Have you tried reinstalling it? Because if you've tried reinstalling it, I'd go for a refund personally. Because, you know, you can't be expected to play a route that doesn't work. You know. If that was me, I'd probably be like, you know, your product doesn't work, I'd like my money back. You know. Because, you know, at the end of the day, it's 14 quid. That's a good question, Trains. I'm not sure. I imagine it would just be under the contact us. Yeah, I'd make a ticket on the website. Just say, you know, the routes are just broken. Because, you know, if it just says broken textures everywhere, you know, at that point that breaks what the route's, you know, trying to give. Oh, it should be breaking. It's Timoth. Yeah, Trains, I'd probably just make a ticket, explain what's happened, and then see what they say. Because, I mean, why say, you shouldn't do Trains. Did you just buy the standalone Hope Valley? Because if you did, that doesn't require MML. It only requires it if you've got the extension. If you've got the standalone Hope Valley, you don't need MML. Which I'd advise, because if you've got a standalone Hope Valley and it working, I'd just make a ticket and just say to them, you know, I've got no ground textures. Yeah. And just explain what's going on and see if they can offer any assistance. It's not bad Trains, yeah, the Voyager. It is very old though. You know, it is a very, very old product. And it does, yeah, it does need to be redone. It still stands up to the DTG one. But I felt like AP probably need to swoop in and enhance it. A little bit of AP magic. Oh, wow, we'll be stopping far back here. Wow. Decent start. Academy route. Ah, yeah. Wouldn't imagine that'd be wire trains, but yeah, potentially install that and see if it makes a difference. Ah, fair enough, trains, yeah. So yeah, pop that on, reinstall it, and yeah, hopefully that fixes the issue for you. Past poly steps. Lovely poly steps. So I think it's at 58. We change to fluid on the gearbox. Platform 1 or platform... Go platform 1 for change. We're usually on platform... No. Just for a change, go platform 1. What should happen is Echo 86 releases as we go over the magnet. So whenever you're into platform 1, you always go really slow, then you hear the engines spool up as you're released by the approach control. What's happening at Totnes now? Max, you there? Max? I guess not. But yeah, there's a line blocking it. Totnes that's spinning all day. It's just NOWT in that block. It did say block earlier. BLOK. It's now NOWT. Now, so I wonder what's happened. What's happened in Totnes today? Has the signalling system massively died again? that's happened before. The signals on the up and down through have just died, which means you can't do anything. You can't send anything on the lines. You have to send everything through the platform. So yeah, that's Passage House. But yeah, that's not amazing if that's happened again. But the down through might have failed. Let me just message him. Yep, that's failed. Exeter's having the time of its life. There's a oversetting route, because apparently 1 Charlie 96 and 5 Papa 90 both have a route to Echo 62. So that's broken, because it's an overset route. Now 5 Papa 90 loses its route as 1 Charlie 86 leaves. So 1 Charlie 96. Right. Thing is, today, Exeter PSP have done my head in a little bit. Because the NMT went up to Painton. Obviously, on the last run of 1 Quebec 1-8 and the start of 1 Zulu 1-8. Now, the NMT was already running, what was it, about 27 late? Obviously, not good. Of course not. Yeah, obviously, I know I've got the route into 1 here, by the way, but I'll just do it realistically. So it's the NMT 27 late. It goes up to Paintham. Stops at, what is it? Papa November 3? Papa November 3. I'm very impressed with myself there. And then 2 Foxtrot 25 has the route in front. Okay. Fair enough. It's already there and waiting, right? Okay. It leaves. The NMT supposedly arrives. So the NMT supposedly arrives. And then I see next train from Painton, or first train from Painton, 2 Foxtrot 26. So they've obviously let 2 Foxtrot 26 in from Goodwington. Okay. It might do the same thing as 2 Tango 25. Be gone in the next 5-10 minutes. The next 12 minutes. Brilliant. Cool. So the NMT then holds there for an extra half an hour until 2 Foxtrot 26 is left. Then it can finally go into Paynton and then ends up not leaving because at 4 o'clock I left. I wasn't going to remain. I'd already been down there for about 1.5 hours. You know, I'm not staying there. So I left. About 40 minutes later, about 4:40, 1 Zulu 18 first train from Paynton. Good thing I didn't remain there, because I would have been there for just over 2 hours by that point. And then it passes Newton 42 minutes late. Actually, was it 42 late? Something like that. November Tango Alpha, Newton station code. All day today, yeah. So the official lateness was, 42 minutes. So, left Paynton, 16:25, 46 minutes late. It would have been out of there at about just a little bit past 4. Let's think, when did 2 Foxtrot 25 leave? 15:52. It would have been out by 4 o'clock. But no, it sat there for another near half an hour. And then when you look at 2 Foxtrot 26, yeah, that does annoy me. Terminated platform 2, 48 minutes late. Bearing in mind, it passed Torquay at 9 minutes to 4, 26 late. It then waited for nearly half an hour to get to Paynton. Yeah. I don't believe the driver would have been that impressed. Anyhow, enough about how I truly don't like Exeter PSB. To my opinion, they're not great at their job. And that also does come from some drivers as well. Anyhow, let's move from the signaler to the signal. Echo 188. The signal you've probably seen time and time again on loads of videos and probably quite a few streams. It's nowadays an LED. However, it hasn't got these little curvy bits on it. It's a I don't know how to explain it. But it's like a flat signal. They've not got any arches on it. It's like flat feathers. So I can see why that's not here, but still, it would be nice. So at least have it, even if it has got the little top bits on it. There are a few trains, yeah. See, tomorrow, so we've got Nunny, more 175s. In fact, what 175s are up today? I would have seen it if they didn't call off the last few runs. NTA. Yeah, they did get cancelled. Did they even do that? Final few runs. It went to Plymouth. And seemingly in Plymouth overnight. Let's have a look. Has anyone marked the head codes? Enthusiast resources. Oh, TSR map. That's cool. Oh, no, never mind. 5 times. Head code. 5 Delta Row 4. There's 5 Delta Row 2, isn't it? First one. Not even that. It is actually 5 Delta Row 1. Okay. I will just look at all of these quickly just to see if anyone has marked an alloc. 5 Delta Row 4. No. 5 Delta Row 5. No. 5 Delta Row 6. No. Alright. Because it's weird how the 158 no, sorry, the 175's been done today. Well, this week. Yeah, Max, if you're there, you'd know this. What was it? Monday was a pairing. Tuesday was just 002. Wednesday, I think, was just 003. No, sorry, 009. Yesterday was a pairing. It's interesting. It is unusual trains, yeah. There's 1 True 3 car with an actual MSO in the middle, and that's 798. But yeah, personally for me, these are quite quirky. Yeah. These don't have these numbers. It's not all 750. It's not got 950. It's got 7, and then whatever number it's, or whatever unit they've nabbed the coach from. I can't remember. Let me have a look. I've seen a -9 today, I believe. I have. Have I got a video of one? No. Aha, I have of one. And it's of 950. That's ironic. So that's made up of the 5.7 car of 158761, And then with EMS 561. Oh, yeah, made up of 158761 and has a vehicle from 751. You know, it's very weird how the 158s were done. I quite like them. It means at least they can change them back, you know, which they have done with a few. Video of Tuesday, not yet. Trains now. I still have a bit of footage from last Saturday. The Thumper, oh my god. So I've got to make Thumper cards tomorrow night. So I've not done Tuesday yet. I believe I'm free into next week, so let's have a look. Monday. I'm not free next Sunday. I've got everything written up on the calendar. That's downstairs. Yeah, I'm free Monday, so... Am I free Sunday? Because if so, I'll probably get most of the editing done then. Then again, I'll be completely honest with everyone. In the midnight announcements in the server... Oh, that's free. Civil engineer. Ooh. Login. No. That's not what I think it is it? Ah, it is. Right, so... on Monday, I'll probably end up at least attempting to blitz all the editing. So you probably have one video out this weekend, which is the Thumper, and then next week hopefully I'll have everything else done. And then there'll be one more video from the summer holidays, which will be hopefully Truckfest, because I will be going to that again this year. Oh yeah, trains, the seating in these are lovely. Best in the fleet, I'd argue. The turbos are just awful trains. 150's alright, but these are just a completely different level. I would argue better than HSTs. I would genuinely argue that. If I had to go like order of comfiness, it would be probably 158. By the way, we're talking the GWR fleet. 158, HST, 150, turbo, IET. Out of ones I have experience with. I've not done 387s yet. 230 is obviously not. Yeah. I just argue with the trains personally. terms of the interior, I still prefer an HST because these are quite cramped. You can sort of see it here. I think in real life they're a bit more cramped than that. An HST, oh yeah, no, any day, still is better. Just in terms of seat comfort, I'd still say a 158. Yes, it is a bit scandalous to say as an HST fan. But for overall comfort, yeah, 158. But still, you know, HSTs, they are better trains. I will say that. The HSTs are better trains. And it is a shame we're not pouring investment into them. Because, yeah. A little creaky. Yeah. But, at least with HSTs, you don't have engines underneath the seats. And if you want a bit of thrash, go to... Which one's... The TGS Coach A, isn't it? We've been here for like 10 minutes. On this channel, we like to be sure. Accuracy is key. Ooh. That was one of the sets with the double TSD. Interesting. Don't see that very much. So that is... TGS is Coach A. Alright. So it's either Coach C or Coach D. I mean, it's Coach C if you're in a double TGS formation. But usually it's Coach D. If you want thrash, go to Coach D. And sit closer to the power car. Or if you want a quiet ride, sit anywhere else. You'll only hear the air conditioning. Amazing. Yes, trains, I remember you putting on Discord. As for it being preserved, yeah, personally I'd obviously want the whole fleet to be preserved. In fact, a little bit of theory for myself now. Can I list them all in order? That's the real challenge. 004, 042, 092, 093, 097, 098, 156, 186, 187, 188, 189, and 198. Watch me have forgotten some. I've got a message. Is this... It's not telling me I've got something wrong. I believe that's all of them. So many is that? 442, 92, 97, 98, or 156, 186, 187, 188, 189, 98. That's 11. It's enough to make 5 complete sets with 1 spare. We only run 3, so that leaves us with 5 spares. Yeah, that sounds alright. I don't think I've missed any. Anyone watching, if I've missed any, let me know. I'm pretty sure I've got the lot. There's 088 as well, but that's yeah, 088 Dartmouth Castle is in Lara. It's just spare stone and I on them. 188, I have said 188 trains, yeah. The real question is what name's on that? It's Newport, isn't it? This is what gets me about 187 and 188. I'm pretty sure 187's Cardiff, 188's Newport. I'm Googling it. Class 188 is trying to tell me about 180 now. Well, let's just add 43 to the front of that. Oh, and it just immediately comes up with a preview for the HST. On the 20th of August 2017, 43188 partially derailed on departure from pad. Yay, thank you. Okay, that's scary. List of HST power cars. 43188 Newport Castle. That's scary. You know, that's scary that it just instantly... Okay, that's not a... Oh, it's because I've searched up 188, isn't it? I was about to say, there's no coincidence I've just been talking about 188 and it's come up 188. No, it's because I searched up 188, isn't it? It's not just a coincidence. It's literally because I've put in 188. You know, 188's Newport, so 187's Cardiff. Oh, come on, game. We've got painting to get to. Love the sound of that, like... $378. It's not a bad power car, trains, yeah. Oh, hang on. Is that the one that I got, like, blocked on? Because... Yeah, because it was on the last run. It was on the last rundown. No, the last down run. I was at the top of platform 2. You know, on the, you know, normal or the passenger side of the penalty board, right? So on the correct side of the penalty board, and I'm stood at the penalty board, right? So in theory, should anyone be going behind me? No. someone chooses to go past the penalty board and stand directly in front of me. So when I pan around, I pan straight into them. Wasn't too happy. I'm pretty sure 378 was on the rear of that. 321 was leading it, I remember it. In fact, if we go... No, we'll deal with that later. Because it is one of the intro screens, that exact run. It's one of the old ones, I just have to go back and look for that. I believe Mexico train... No, not Mexico. Should be Nigeria. Where is it? Export. Romic group. PDF file. It's a PDF that you can find on Google, but you can't access it. Amazing. What does the fleet list say? Oh. I have to go back to 178. There we are. Stored. No, it's not. It's been exported. We'll use the 125 group fleet list. .378 is a Mexico HSC. Okay, so cross countries were like half and half, whether they went to Nigeria or Mexico. It looks like 378 and 007 went, no, 207 went to Mexico, and then the rest went to Nigeria. 239. That has been a long time since I've heard about 239. That's one of the Nigerian ones. That's the operator in Mexico trains. I won't try to pronounce it because I'll probably end up butchering it.
What are we trying to pronounce?
You know, the HST operator in Mexico.
What? Tren Interoceano? Or inter... Like, something like that.
Is it?
Interoceanico. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, platforms at King's Kerswell. Next by, you know the 175s this week? What has it been day by day? Wasn't Monday a pair and then Tuesday was 002?
Monday was 002 and 009. Tuesday was then 002. Wednesday was 009. Thursday, I think, was a pair. Yeah, Thursday was a pair. I don't know what ran today.
I guess, yeah, I remember, yeah, it was a pair, wasn't it? Because you'd seen it at Totnes.
Totnes.
Yeah, what do you think's happened with Totnes? Because it's now...
Not a clue. My guess is that the through line's just broken again.
How long has it been running for?
175's have failed. Let's go!
Is that confirmed, is it?
Cancelled at Plymouth. Delays not investigated by Network Rail.
Those 175s are awful trains. Absolutely awful trains. That's Totnes trains. Was it Totnes? The main Totnes station, is it? Because if so, poke your head into Totnes Riverside. 33002's out in its new Dutch livery. Excuse me, game. Please acknowledge that I have cancelled the AWS. Yeah, trains. If your bus happens to go to Totnes Main tomorrow, you want to pop your head into Riverside. As yeah, it's running, isn't it, Max? Tomorrow, Compton.
Yeah, it should be.
I might end up popping in tomorrow, purely because you're going Sunday, aren't you?
Yeah.
I won't be rangering, so I might end up just popping in tomorrow, getting a few photos. Because even though I have got photos, it was with wagons in the way.
Well, I think we'll take the first train down, and then miss the second run of the Crompton, and then just carry on with the third, and then go from there. So that we have at least like a good hour and a half to explore Buckfast.
Fair enough. So tomorrow it's Crompton and 1369, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely locos 1369. Lovely loco. So 37 at Paynton. Which one trains? 703 or 275? I'd imagine you're referencing 275. No, 703, because that's recently been repainted. Props to the Plym... No, not the Plym Valley. Pet Dartmouth for doing that. Into rail freight coal. Even though the railway isn't very popular, well, I say very popular, it is very popular, but yes, there's one aspect of it that's far from popular. I won't say much more. But yeah, to be fair, they've done a very, very good job. But why is the plate on one side? Because they've done a plate that's on one side, isn't it, Max?
Yeah, Vulcan.
The bare minimum, put it on both sides. You know, it looks wrong with just on one side. Hang on. I've just been sent that truck first. Have they actually moved the date? Please. No, they haven't. I've just been told it's this weekend. It's not. Trainers 2 truck first. Yeah, I get what you mean, trains, yeah. Max, I mean, you're not a fan of the 175s, are you?
No.
Or is it the looks that do it for you?
Everything about them.
Fair enough. Although you did say you didn't mind the interior, didn't you?
The interior looks all right from what I could see.
Apparently the air conditioning is quite good, but...
Air conditioning, what's that?
Yeah, the turbos don't have it. The 158s don't either. It's all just broken. And they won't fix it. No turbo has air conditioning now, so... if you want an air conditioned ride, drive. But to be fair, I'm neutral on the 175s. I feel like in a way, why I don't like them, there's a few reasons why. One of them is the vehicle count. If you look at an HST, 4 Mark 3s, right? You're replacing it with 2 and 3 car vehicles. Leaving markers around here. All trains will never see the livery. They will never be in GWR green. They'll stay in TFW colours with just a GWR logo slapped on it. That'll be it. The ones in Wolverton, I'm told, are not for refurbishment or anything. Not even repainting. That's pretty dead on as well, that lamppost, I said. It'll just be slap a GWR logo on it, wait until GWR are fully taken over, and then repaint it into the GBR livery. So they'll never actually see Great Western Green. Because from what I'm told, those ones that are stuck up in Morvey are for extra storage. In my opinion, they won't do well with GWR. They just won't. In my opinion, they'll just be exactly like 185s, sorry, the 180s. James, here's the thing. It's not solely to replace HSTs. Eventually they want to do all services in Cornwall. Well, apart from the pad ones, of course, but like they want to force IETs off Plymouth Penzance. So if you look at it, some of them will end up being single cers. Some will be doubled, And if you look at it, there's 23 trains coming over, right? So they want to fully force, they want to fully get rid of HSDs. So there's 6 units gone if you double them all up. And suddenly you're replacing 5-car IETs. So if you double them up, however many that'll add up to in a day. How many trains a day?
Trains, just to say, 0 Mike 51 will not run because there is no 37 in Lara.
That's not good.
So tomorrow, 0 Mike 57. Lara to Derby won't run.
So here's the thing, right? So every day there are up to 48 trains a day running Plymouth Penzance. For example, let's slash that. And we'll do half, because obviously you'll have... In fact, let's slash it by a quarter. So... So quarter 48, 12. If you double all them up, so let's see how many class 175s there are. $27. So if we're doubling up, well, you cannot double up. You can double up 3. And then you've used up the whole fleet of 175s. Not to mention, some are going to Exeter to work at Barnstable and Oakhampton. So say we take 5, or no, 3 to go to Exeter. Suddenly, we've exhausted the entire fleet. Yeah, so I remember seeing a comment about that. I've not heard of one being scrapped. Which one got scrapped? It's still. It's on fire. Most of them have, to be fair. But still, if we look at fleet, so you have 12 services, double up, you've got 24. Take 3 to go work. Oh, by the way, obviously there's more services that stop somewhere through the day. In a way, you won't really be able to do it. You've got no spares, and if one fails, you're done. Personally, what I would have done is I would have held off. Or, okay, maybe the 175s, but I wouldn't have done like a mass rollout like GWR are doing. I'd have held off for a short little while and just bought 185s, because I believe their lease is ending soon. So the lease ends... Oh. Never mind. Save been re-signed. Never mind. Back in May 23, if yeah. So in 23, that would have been such a good call to grab the 185s. It's unfortunate it's been locked under an extended contract by 8 years. It's unfortunate, but I would have much preferred 185s. Because the 175s, if we've learned anything from 180s, it's that we cannot deal with Corradias. You know, the 185s, also the 180s, we gave up on them pretty quickly, I think, within a matter of years. So if we gave up on the same family of train and the 175s in one way and no different, you know, same gearbox, in a way just a lower speed, I don't know why Jib are bothering, because, you know, as I said, the 185s were in the bin very quickly. They didn't last very long. How long did they last with GWR? 2001. And they were all handed back by 2009. But they kept facing service disruption. And, you know, yeah. What if I was, no, yeah, sorry, it's 180s. You know. It's late. So the 180s faced so, like, considerable service outages. And in a way, we're already seeing that with 170s. The same unit has failed, what was it, like twice in 3 weeks? No, sorry, twice in 2 weeks. 175-002 has died, like, 170s. My brain is not working. Oh, God. I should just stop at this point. I'm hardly speaking sense. But yeah, 175s. Just in service are awful trains. 175-002 died 2 times in a week. Just in a way, they're not good trains. I don't know, trains. mean, by all means, they can have a go. Let's have a proper go with them in service, and then we'll see. But from what I'm seeing, they're utterly useless trains and they'll get handed back very quickly. I honestly don't know if they'll make it to service, because apparently they're just struggling up one of the banks, and then 002 is just continuously failing. 009 cannot be started up when it's needed. Just in general, what I'm seeing so far is not giving me any hope. But, you know, maybe they'll surprise me in about 4 months. Maybe they'll surprise me. But at the moment, I'm just critical of their performance thus far. It really, yeah. I mean, TFW succeeded. A lot of companies succeed with trains that haven't succeeded down here. That's the thing. All I can say is we'll see. We'll see what time holds for 175s. But I'm not looking hopeful. But, you know, if they do well, amazing. We might have found a good train for the Southwest. If, well, just looking how they're doing so far in the Western region, I'm more open to saying they won't do well. But, you know, they might prove the critics wrong. Only time will tell. But I'm just not optimistic. To be fair though, I've not heard complaints from the staff yet. They have praised the interior of the train. Potentially trains, although I'd put turbos in there. Turbos need to go. They're useless trains, they don't... like... you know, most people hate the turbos. Like, just personally for me, turbos should go before like anything else. You could say it trains, yeah, but I don't know. I'd just say the GWR ones It's worn out. There's nothing to replace them in the Chilterns, but there is replacements in the Western region. And it's the 230. I wouldn't mind, seeing 230s on Bristol. It would push 158s down here. But it would mean the 150s go. Because they're adamant to get those gone. If we're talking of trains that need to be replaced, I hate to say it, 57s. 57s. Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but 57s need to be wound down. Well, trains 230 is already planning to replace turbo stars or turbos. It's because Viva Roll went bust, but GWR took on board the engineers. So yeah, 230.001. That project still went ahead. And I believe the project is still to replace the to replace turbos with 230s. Yeah, publicity thing, but it still proves a fact. It still proves a point. Top speed 56. It's not ideal, but it is ideal for some places. Yeah, it'd be ideal for Severn Beach. Get the turbos off that. Avonmouth as well, I think. They probably will very well replace the bulk of turbos. To be fair, at this point, my brain's completely broken at this point. But yeah, that 230 project still proved that, yeah, it was a publicity stunt. But still it proved that you can replace turbos. Well, trains, there have been talks. Apparently there's a rumour circulating that there are going to be 568s. 003 to 007. It won't happen. Oh, by the way, you can see the original plan for tonight. NB, Northern Bell, on beds. 28 miles though. Not bad. But yeah. apparently the one reason why 68s won't happen is they're too loud. I remember someone saying, I think someone said that they're louder than a 37. Yeah, and there was talk about Bobos and they'd slip up the banks. Yeah, it could be, well, also Super Sozy being a very heavy load. Yeah. But there have been looks into replacing the 57 soon. Because they're costing GWR a lot. I remember train driver Brian was talking about the 68 saga and said that, he won't believe it until he sees it. Because they won't pull themselves up Dainton, they won't pull themselves up Ratteray. They might end up pulling themselves up Emmerdon. Although we are talking about the 4th steepest bank in the country there. With Dayton, we're talking about the 2nd steepest. I mean, I know this is unlikely, but one thing I wouldn't mind seeing is a 37. Dare I say. Going proper Cali style for a while. Have the 57 provide ETS, but not tractive power. Have 37 do the tractive. I don't feel like that might happen eventually. In fact, let's have our sleeper update. 6:03 off Paddington, 1 minute late. 6:02 is doing worse, isn't it? I know 2 minutes late, but it's already peaked at 7.
57,301 is pilot.
Is it?
Yeah.
There's no talk of an airlock, to be fair.
Someone posted it on a Facebook post.
Oh, fair enough.
In the GWI enthusiast page.
The thing is, because what do you think would end up replacing the 57s?
To be honest, I just hope anything better.
The one thing I'm hoping doesn't happen is 67s. Because apparently they're absolutely awful for their reliability. On a 60, Max, you were talking about that, weren't you? 60.
Yeah.
Yes, but
I don't say because they catch on fire, because we have just brought in a new fleet of bonfires, so you can't really say that.
Yeah. One thing I will say, though, is look at the HSTs. The reason why we're putting them off is, or not spending money on them, is to also put a modern face on the company. How old is 60? It's a brush loco, so it shouldn't be that old, should it?
I think 60s were brought in around early 1990s, maybe late 1980s.
1989. So if you still look at them, they're still, 30 years old. at 35 years old, they're not exactly a modern look on the company either. Then again, the Caledonians, not exactly a modern look on the company, having to get 37 out those nights. In fact, is that the case tonight? Let's have a look at Edinburgh. Actually, Inverness. Inverness. It's Shedhold. Two of them are Shedhold tonight. Only 73,967 will be under its own power. Still though. In some way, trains, that's already happened. If the sleeper fails, it's always an HST that rescues it. So in some way, you could do 57 doing ETS, HST doing attractive. But supposedly they've redone the gauge and pad in London, which buggers the HST, supposedly. Or at least they've said, nope, we ain't doing it. The last time an HST went up that way was to Reading, hauling 604 and the sleeper.
Hold on, you say that HSTs may be buggered going up to Paddington, and yet
Yeah,
the NMT goes up there.
There's that. I'm pretty
As a matter of
sure.
fact, let me check how the NMT did.
It's probably not even. Well, it should have left pad by now. Swung back 2-0, isn't it?
Yep, on its way to Derby now.
Apparently, there's one for today, and it was meant to depart at 5. Which means all I'll say is there have been talks on replacements. I swung back 2-1. Quarter of an hour late, didn't report until 11 early. Uh, 5 minutes early. Pass Winshaw Junction and approaching Burton. That's not doing too badly then. Although it does like 3 timing points in a minute. But yeah. I just don't know anymore. I think I should just stop waffling. Because, yeah. Yeah. Would be interesting to see what GWR do. There is a good point, trains, yeah. You can always pop it up on the knitting. Yeah. I think that's eventually the way we're going, is like a BIMO loco. It's been talks for years that we want BIMOs off TPE, supposedly. See if I don't know. I vaguely remember hearing something about that. Oh, stop that. Radio. I think let's just get into the outro. Bacon in there. But yeah. Yeah. My brain just completely fried. It's nearly midnight. My brain just cooked. I think at this point I'm just slightly losing rational thinking. Anyhow, I think we should just go into the outro. Let's just wait for midnight so I can do the midnight announcement. Come on, clock. Where are the 4 zeros? Tell me it's midnight. There we are. Midnight. I think we should just go in the outro. Or go to the outro, shall we, Max? It is late. Anyhow, in the description down below, there's a link to 4 Discord servers. My new one, my older one, Oscar's server, and Henry's server. Feel free to join any of the 4. However, please note you need to be 13 or above to join, as per Discord's terms of service. Feel free to like and subscribe as well. Feel free to like this channel if you like what we do here, and subscribe to never miss the stream or video. Also sub to Max. His channel's in the description, as he's been our guest tonight. Might have to search up his channel because the app doesn't work. There's like a setting or something for that. I don't know. But yeah, anyhow. Anything to add, Max?
Nope.
So I think on that note, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you all in the next stream or video. Take care. Hope to see you there.
Bye.